Good evening, traders. This is a video about an update to my trading plan. We're getting ready to start a new trading week tomorrow, and I've made one small change, and I'm going to show you what that is and why I did it. First, let's take a look at my March spreadsheet, and it's been a really good month so far. I've just been taking almost the exact same trade and setup every day, pretty much the exact same trade and setup every day, and it's been working out really well. You can see here that I allow myself to have up to 3 trades per day. Now that's only if the first trade didn't go to 2R. So you can see here the first trade was red. So I have to take a second trade based on my plan. And if the second trade goes to 2R, then I stop trading. If it goes red, then I take another trade. And then the only exception is you see here, I had 2 green trades. That's because I got into this trade before this one was finished. And if that happens, I have to wait and let both trades play out before I can end it. Either my stop loss gets hit or my profit target gets hit, and that's it. No scaling out, no leaving early or anything like that. So on Friday, the 3 trades per day didn't work out, but it's not guaranteed to work out. That's not what this is about. The first trade failed. I got in for the second one. It also failed. And then the third one failed. But there is something really interesting about that trade that I'm going to show you in just a moment. Let's look at the February spreadsheet really quick too, just to see more proof of the 3 trades per day thing. You can see that a lot of my first trades in February were red. And then on the second trade, they were also mostly red. A few of them ended green. And then the third trade, more often than not, was green. So that's the idea behind that 3 trades per day. And I'm still collecting data on it. It's not to say that I'm going to continue that indefinitely. I have to collect enough data to prove that it works in the long run. But so far, so good. And let's take a look now at let's take a look at the 2 trades. I have 2 example trades here. So this was the trade I took on Thursday, which is a great example of all the trades I've been taking this month. It's the classic ABCD pattern. And right now, the first, this 1 minute candle is about to make a new high, and that's where I get in. And you can see that I did get in right as soon as that new high was established. And this trade pretty easily went to 2R. It only took a few minutes. Went right past it. So here, in just a couple of seconds, you're going to see it go to 2R. So that's the trade I've been taking all month, and like 90% of the time, literally 90% of the time it's been working out until Friday. And then on Friday, basically the exact same pattern, an ABCD pattern. Here it is on the pullback. I'm taking the 1 minute candle, the first 1 minute candle that makes a new high. And let's see, I was trying to catch the entry here. Well, there you go. You can see I'm in. And this one failed. And then the next 2 1 minute candles that made a new high also failed and hit my stop loss. So that was like a 3 strikes you're out day. But here's what's interesting about it, and the reason why I am making this small change. If that was like right around 4 a.m., I wouldn't be changing anything. So if you look at my first trade of the month on eCore, this one actually failed, but it was around 407. And then the second trade was at 413, and that one went green. And look over here, you can just look at the time, 405. I'm just trying to point out the time that I'm getting into the trades, 410. And remember that every single one of these trades worked out. They all went to 2R except for that very first one. That's the only exception there. 404, 405, 407, 404, 405, 406. So that's it. And then here is Friday, 456, right? So my trading plan up until right now basically said that I can look for opportunities between 4 and 5. So on Friday, there was absolutely nothing at 4 o'clock. And I was getting ready to shut down Webull and just, make it a break-even day, which is fine. If there's nothing to trade, there's nothing to trade. And then right before 5 a.m., BHAT pops up on the screener, and it's making a really nice ABCD pattern. My favorite setup is trading above the previous high. Like all of my criteria is met. The volume is there. It was number 1 or 2 on the list organized by volume. So everything is going in its favor. But, I take the entry, and as you saw, they all 3 failed. So the thing that I'm getting at is that, I hate to sit around for an entire hour just to take a trade that's going to lose. And that trade could have won. It could have went green, and I probably wouldn't be making this video if it did. But because this one went red, And the way I felt afterwards, I decided, let me change my plan to 4 to 4:30, because at least if I take a red trade between 4 and 4:30, at least I don't feel like an idiot for sitting there for an hour, right? And we all know that psychology and emotion are just as important in trading as fundamentals and technical analysis and executions and all that other stuff. So this is something that it was a very annoying thing to deal with on Friday, because it wasn't like this was right at 4 a.m. or 4:05 and everything was great, but the trade ended up red. Then I could say, hey, you know what? That happens sometimes. Here was a day where there was absolutely nothing going on. I waited until the very end of my allowable time to take a trade, and something came up right before the end and it failed. And you can imagine how you would feel. And then the other thing that's not just that. The other thing is that I've seen that if there is energy and there is buying power and volume early on in the pre-market, that the trades are easy. If it's there right around 4 a.m. and I take a trade, then it's very likely to win. So if there's nothing, no good setups forming around 4 a.m., I should probably take that as a sign that the trading is a little bit weak that day, and that other good setups that happen later on are more likely to fail. So that's what's going on. I'm basically just changing my allowable trade time from 4 to 5 to 4 to 4:30. So hopefully I didn't talk too much in this video and that you guys got something out of it and it can help you with your trading plans. Again, I want to make it very clear that just because you take a red trade or a red day doesn't mean you go and revamp your trading plan. I'm not really changing anything about my trading plan except for the time, and for all the reasons that I just mentioned. So, all right, hopefully this was helpful to you, and we'll see you tomorrow for a live trade recap. And I always like to leave you guys with, always take your stop losses no matter what, honor your profit targets, and you should be green in the long run. Take care.